Theodore Robert Bundy, born Theodore Robert Cowell on November 24, 1946. In Burlington, Vermont, would become one of America's most infamous serial killers. His early life was marked by secrecy and instability. Bundy was raised believing his grandparents were his parents and his mother was his sister, only later discovering the truth about his illegitimate birth. This deception, combined with his violent grandfather and a sense of social alienation, may have contributed to his psychological turmoil. As a teenager, he was intelligent but awkward, developing disturbing fascinations with true crime, knives, and voyeurism, including stealing women's underwear and peeping into windows. Bundy attended the University of Washington, where he studied psychology and became obsessed with a wealthy woman named Stephanie Brooks. After she rejected him for being aimless, he reinvented himself as a charming, ambitious man and later seduced her under a false identity, foreshadowing the manipulative tactics he would use on his victims. By 1974, Bundy began his killing spree, targeting young women who resembled Brooks, often with long dark hair parted in the middle. His methods included faking injuries to gain sympathy, posing as an authority figure, and breaking into homes at night to bludgeon his victims before sexually assaulting them. He sometimes kept their bodies for days, returning to commit necrophilic acts. His first known attack occurred on January 4, 1974, when he bludgeoned University of Washington student Joni Lenz in her sleep, though she survived. Soon after, he murdered Linda Ann Healy, abducting her from her bed and later keeping her skull as a trophy. Over the next several years, Bundy killed numerous women across Washington, Oregon, and Utah. In August 1975, he was arrested in Utah during a traffic stop after police found burglary tools, a ski mask, and handcuffs in his car, sentenced to 15 years for attempted kidnapping. Bundy escaped twice, first in June 1977 by jumping from a courthouse library window, and again in December 1977 by crawling through a hole in his cell's ceiling. During his second escape, Bundy fled to Florida, where he committed some of his most brutal murders. On January 15, 1978, he broke into a Florida State University sorority house, bludgeoning and biting two women, Lisa Levy and Margaret Bowman, to death. Less than a month later, he abducted and killed 12-year-old Kimberly Leach, his youngest victim. Bundy was finally captured on February 15, 1978, while driving a stolen car in Pensacola. Forensic evidence, including bite marks matching Levy's body and stolen credit cards, sealed his fate. At his 1979 trial, Bundy represented himself, cross-examining witnesses and even proposing to his girlfriend in court. Despite his theatrics, he was convicted and sentenced to death. In his final years, he gave erratic confessions, sometimes admitting to over 30 murders while blaming pornography and childhood trauma for his actions. Many experts believe these claims were manipulative ploys to delay his execution. On January 24, 1989, Bundy was electrocuted at Florida State Prison. His last meal was rare steak, eggs, toast, milk, juice, and coffee, and his final words were a request to send his love to his family and friends. Bundy's case reshaped public perception of serial killers, proving they could be intelligent, charismatic, and outwardly normal. His crimes have been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and films, including Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, where he was portrayed by Zac Efron. To this day, Bundy remains one of the most studied criminals in FBI history, a chilling reminder of how evil can hide behind a charming smile.